I don't know about you guys, but I like to take Fridays off. So, and there we go, right out of the chute. Whoa, that was Christian. Okay, all right, he's back with a vengeance, So, with much excitement, I have Allison Larson on the call with us today. So fun, so amazing, so successful, and man, you're like the breath of fresh air, to be honest with you, with what you're doing and how you give back. And so, thank you so much for being here today on the show and sharing with us. You built something really special that you want to share with us, which I'm excited to see.
Yes.
Because I only got the outside, I didn't get the inside. So I'm super excited to see how you're using it and what you're doing with it. So welcome to the show, my friend.
Awesome. Thank you guys for having me on. I've been coaching over the last few years and I've grown my branch here. And as I'm plugging in loan officers and I'm leading loan officers, every single Friday, I challenge them to write down one thing that went wrong during the week, or that annoying client question they get, or what's one little thing that they could pivot next week or create a habit around that in 3 years would look life-changing, right? Because we just have all this pile up on us every single week of things that lay us down. And week after week and year after year, the same problem would happen in our business where it's like, well, I have this one client who needs 14 loan summaries before they write an offer on every single house. And they won't use an online calculator because it doesn't calculate their cash to close. And because it doesn't have specific mortgage insurance calculations, it's just none of their actual information, right? And then as the market moved, like we all remember back 10 years ago when everyone purchased at like 30% of their DTI. Now people purchase at 46% of their DTI, right?
Yeah,
that monthly payment moving on them a little bit, or that cash to close and an appraisal gap or something like that moving on them a little bit is a big deal. And so my entire weekends would be spent sending 3 million loan summaries and answering payment and cash to close questions over and over and over. And then my favorite would be then the agent would text me and be like, can you remind me what they're qualified for? Because the realtor also isn't like taking notes down when you email them and tell them what they qualify for and all this. So I was sitting at an event and had this moment of, oh my gosh, I'm a coach and I'm a speaker and I'm here to walk the walk, but I can't, because here I am running out the back of a conference room door on a Friday night to go send loan summaries to someone instead of being present with these people who paid a lot of money to be here. I was like, I have to figure out something to fix this. And one of my best friends in the industry, Kristen Dale, who's another Go coach and a top producer, did 130 some million, also has got little kids at home.
Wow.
It was like, my husband has built tech companies before. Should we have him look at something for us? And so over the last year, we've been working together and coding this thing out and building it on private servers. I will say I'm going to share my screen here with you guys.
Okay.
I don't know if I've ever, and I don't think a lot of us have ever taken something from idea to fully built product that lives and breathes and fixes our world. And so this has been a really, really fun journey for us to go on, and then are deciding to roll it out to other loan officers. It's completely company agnostic. You can white label it however you want. So what you're seeing here is my loan officer view of Offer Ready. I'm going to pop in the chat.
Love the name, by the way. That's cool.
ChatGPT can help with all of your creative needs to come up with a name.
What is that? What is ChatGPT?
I was going to pop. I don't know why I'm not seeing the chat here. Scott, could you pop in the chat just the My Offer Ready website?
Yep, I absolutely will. Yep.
Thank you. So in here, you log in as a loan officer. The first thing you see is your dashboard. You can see recent pre-approvals, what realtors have logged in, what clients have logged in. And then this screen, you'll see all my loan approvals. So I have all of my actual clients in here. Instead of sending them a static loan summary at our pre-approval meeting, I send them their own custom portal. I'm going to show you what one of the portals looks like. Actually, let me show you first how easy it is, how it's built. So this is screen 1. You type in their contact info. Screen 2, property info. And then you build out their loan summary page. So 6.875, they want to look at 12.5% down. If you have grants, you can add it here. If you want to add custom mortgage insurance tiers, you can do that. I mean, every seller concession, grant, down payment assistance, you name it, we've got it built into here. And then this is where the magic happens. Right here, you put what their max qualified PITI amount is and their max available cash to close. and then how you want their pre-approval letter to issue, and you just hit save. Now you can send this right here to a client, and then you can go preview the calculator and it pulls up this. So you drag and drop your own logo in here. And then when I'm reviewing with a client, I say things like that immediately set us apart. Like, I know I can see you got pre-approved with 3 other lenders so far. All the other lenders probably sent you a static loan summary at 1 or maybe 2 purchase prices. And come Saturday afternoon when you're out house hunting and the PDF is not the same as the price of the home and the taxes are nowhere near, that loan summary will literally do you 0 good. And they can piece that together already, and they kind of start laughing.
Done.
Like, we've built you a custom portal that you can fully interact with yourself. So on Friday night, when you see that home pop up online and you're so excited, it's 11 o'clock at night, you don't have to wait for anybody else. You can pop in here and go, what if the home is listed at 1.4? And what if I do 15% down? You can enter in the exact property taxes, and it'll give you monthly payment and cash to close right here. You can see right now, this is a real client, and I just messed with the cash to close. So I'm getting an error that cash to close exceeds the borrower's limit. And then if I went to issue pre-approval, it would say, no, you can't, because you don't have that.
Because it's over.
Yep.
Gotcha.
And then if I dropped this back down, NAD let me issue my pre-approval letter.
So it's just done.
Yep. And so I typically give the power to the client and to the realtor for them to issue the pre-approval letter themselves. You pick your own settings though. If you're one of these loan officers who's like, no, my realtors are crazy and so are my clients, they will go put fake numbers in here and issue a pre-approval letter. Totally cool. But at least you have it all in there so you can do this mobile friendly on your phone and text them or just email it from a couple of clicks on your phone, versus having to log into your LOS system and update smart fees and then issue a pre-approval letter through that.
So this actually works on the mobile as well.
Yes. So I was just in DC with the family. I have a one-off realtor who is never going to log into any system. She actually told me I should not email her because she's dyslexic and she can't even read the emails. Okay. So she's probably not logging in here to pull a pre-approval letter, but I don't want to lose her business. I also want to be present with my family. So we're walking through the Capitol. It was really cool. We got a private tour. We got to go on the house floor, which was so fun. Dang. And I literally could just send off a pre-approval letter from my phone. And, oh yeah, no big deal. They want to offer on 2605 Robin Street. I got you.
Crazy, within seconds. So when you log in, you have access to everything. When they log in, they only have access. Does each agent have access to their approvals?
Yes. So each agent gets on their screen, and let's say you and I work with the same realtor. That realtor only needs one access, and they'll see every loan assigned to them across all loan officers.
Love it. Okay.
And so on their portal, when they log in, it's cleaner. They just see dashboard and loan approvals, but then they also get to see, let me go into the,
I was going to ask you about the message center, see what that's like.
Yeah. So in here, I can put a note. So John Cunningham, this one, I can put a note to the realtor so that if they're in their portal and they pull up John Cunningham and I say something like, hey, yes, I see that John Cunningham says he can go to 1.6, but he cannot close before May 1st. Then in here, I'd put a note to him and be like, job offer doesn't start till July, cannot close until after May 1st, and put it in here so that we're not having as much back and forth conversations.
Are you seeing the clients use it? Are they happy with like, oh my God, this is so cool?
I have clients who, when they ditch you for a builder and then they're not going to use you because builder owns a mortgage company, they'll text me and be like, we really wanted to use you. And I understand we're not, but can we still get access to the offer ready tool? Because here's the thing, guys, if they're not finding and calculating numbers on your website immediately at 11 o'clock at night on their own time, where are they going to do it?
Somewhere else with a ton of ads. Rocket.
ChatGPT.
Yeah, ChatGPT. Okay.
After this, go to ChatGPT and send it a loan summary. Don't tell them you're a mortgage person. Send it a loan summary. You know what it'll tell you?
Ads.
Go shop for a better rate. We need to control the experience. We need to be the immediate person they're reaching out to. And then in here as well, if John Cunningham wants to message with me and he's in here, he can just send a message to me and it will give you a notification similar to HomeBot or something like that via email that John asked a question on his loan scenario.
Does the realtor get that as well, or do you set that up?
Only if it's directly messaged. John can message to me or the realtor.
Okay.
And then the realtor can message to me or to John.
Okay. So they choose who they want to message.
Mm-hmm. And then, a couple weeks ago, when rates moved really quickly and we're like, oh,
what do you
we
do?
have two options as a loan officer.
Yeah.
We can call every client on a Friday who's out house hunting and say, bad news, here's a new loan summary, rates went up. Or what most of us probably do, guilty, is I hope and I pray that maybe they don't get the accepted offer this weekend, and maybe it's a couple weeks and now the markets have improved and I don't have to bring it up, blah, blah, blah. And Offer Ready, I can come in here and I can quickly manage interest rates and look at trends of when, hey, they got the rate in this 3-week window where they were super low. I need to bump them all a quarter point approximately, or quick go price them out and compare it. So that way, when they log in, they just see new numbers. It isn't this big over to do about, oh no, the rate went up by 0.25%, and on your 100K loan, that's $20 a month. They're not hearing that. They're hearing that the rate went 5.8 to 6.1.
So Mike's asking, can it be co-branded with the realtor, or do you even need that? I mean, I guess
you wouldn't really need it because on your calculator screen, it pulls your logo.
Okay.
And then it pulls your custom
because
pre-approval
you're
letter.
separating
So,
yourself from
the
okay.
pre-approval letter and my little fluff.
That's awesome.
Thing I do.
I love that.
I built it because I was like, then less people will add, I don't know. It doesn't do anything, but we
it feels good,
try.
Right? It's a feel good.
It's a feel good.
So,
yeah, so it's been really fun to see a solution for something that is one of the number one things that wears us down in our business.
Yeah.
Especially it's Sunday. You've worked all weekend long. Now you're supposed to roll into the office on Monday and make our realtor calls and do our power hours. And you're like, I never got a break.
Yeah. Well, I can see with the rates doing what they're doing. I mean, it's a day and it changes drastically. And tomorrow it's back, and the next day it's holy smokes! You can take 5 minutes and go adjust everybody. I mean, you have a ton of loans in process, so that would be a silly that you'd waste a whole day just letting people know if they're out shopping or dealing with.
And sometimes we don't know. We don't know when our clients are out shopping. In here, I know a common question is, okay, well, I'm not in Minnesota. My title fees are the weirdest title fees in the world. Everyone believes that their state is so different than everyone else's. I totally get it. All transfer tax and all of that is fully built in here. And so it's all coded in. If the buyer pays it, if the seller pays it, that's all in here. You can have all your notifications turned on. So I like to get notified every time a borrower logs in, every time they play with numbers, every time a realtor logs in. I want to know that they're coming to look at numbers, because sometimes they don't respond to any of our communication. If they come in here and play with numbers, hey, did you find the house? What's going on? And if they don't reply, then I call the realtor and say, hey, I can see they're in here playing with numbers for the 700th time. If they've been out looking at properties, what are they doing?
Nice. Okay. All right.
You can update all your closing costs here, or we have it set up where you can send over some loan estimates and our setup person will kind of do the math for you. I know that's the biggest hurdle usually for loan officers, is having to set up the numbers.
Okay.
And then same thing with customizable escrows. But let's say you were in, let's say I'm in John Cunningham here's loan, and I want to go, I'm in Texas. I don't know. All the things are weird in Texas. And in Texas, I just skipped past it. Sorry, guys. And in Texas, we have this weird thing that over $1 million, all of the closing costs are different for the title company. You can also just edit here one-off for what you need it to be.
Cool.
Or if you're like, I got to get really skinny on this one, and I got to match the lender fees or whatever, you could update it here as well.
Quick question, Allison. You may have covered this. You mentioned smart fees earlier. Do you have it linked to smart fees where it can pull directly in?
It is not directly linked to smart fees, because the thing with smart fees is that we're pulling different title companies. And so we're pulling an average of title companies. And so transfer tax is transfer tax. That's hard coded by county, state, things like that. And so for mine, we have percentages pulled of the purchase price or the loan amount, depending on what is needed. Everyone's area is different. And so that's where we can look at a loan summary and say, it's about this, or in some states over tiers, you might pull a custom quote still. When I do this at pre-approval, I tell people, I like to look at things worst case scenario. My goal for you is that you get under contract and the numbers are $500 less or, $800 less. My promise is that none of these numbers are going to go up. And so ours are built conservatively around that. But every loan officer has kind of a different way to do it.
Oh, so my question. Oh, go ahead.
Second question on that same topic. Can you like API or Zapier pull from a CRM? I'm sorry, from origination software over here to bring that detail over?
You absolutely can. It just depends on your company allowing that. I like to just have things. I find as soon as things are pulling places and all of that, that's where like misinformation happens. And so when we were setting up a pre-approval, we've got, our 2 monitors and we're pre-approving someone here and we're just setting them up here. Because really the only info that would pull from your CRM would be like first name, last name, email. But it absolutely can do that. Your company just has to, of course, approve that and open those things, which is sometimes a different ball game.
So go ahead. Go ahead, Dev.
I just said I agree.
Yeah.
Depending on the company.
Yeah.
Other thing I was going to show is this comparison screen. So this is where I usually show, you'll see I did a lowest payment and a lowest cash to close scenario.
Nice.
And so, the old school way of thinking is like, don't talk about interest rate, don't talk about, you guys, our consumers are smart these days. They're getting bombarded with information everywhere. And so if we stay in front of it and have the transparency around it and just have those conversations, I think it bodes better. You could, of course, set this up however you want, but I set it up where I compare a lowest payment option and I show your payment can be lower, but you're spending $6,000 in this case on discount points, or you can have no discount points and your interest rate's going to be a little bit higher. You pick whichever situation is best for you.
Allison, do you do a lot of Zoom calls like this to show them this? And like, is that kind of 99% of what you do, or are you in person still?
That is all day, every day. I am on Zoom calls.
Okay.
Doing this with clients.
Okay. And when you set this up, what's the setup? Like, hey, I've created something special for you that I think you guys will appreciate. Do you attack the competition in the fact that they're going to get a static quote? Or, do you address that up front?
That on the pre-approval meeting.
You do that on the pre-approval. Okay. So not up front.
I send them this link. We copy and paste this right here.
Okay. And they need the access pen to get in?
Yep. Into an email.
Okay.
Right before our pre-approval meeting. And so a lot of times they haven't even clicked into it yet. And you guys, I swear to you, when you watch a client's face, understand that they get control over the numbers and they can play with this on their own time. It's night and day difference.
Really? Okay.
It's interesting. I coach for Go Coaching, and one of my students said to me recently, well, I'm scared because, my value is kind of that I have to run the numbers for them. And my value is that I have to be the one to send the pre-approval letter. And I was like, you guys, if we think our value is running loan estimates and sending pre-approval letters with AI in existence, we're out of a job in a year or two. It cannot be our value anymore.
Interesting.
Our value has to be how we explain why this is the best situation, how we add the human touch. We're working for the computer. Let the computer do the math and the science, and hold on to our emotional intelligence, because that's what makes us us and earns us our commission.
Great point. Yeah. So we think our value is going over the numbers and being that person and doing trust me, they're doing it anyway, with and without this. Like, it's just too easy. It's at our fingertips.
Yeah. Or they're going to bankrate.com.
Yeah. Which is not good.
And then we're surprised and like, how did you find this out-of-state lender?
Yeah.
Well, I Googled cheapest interest rate.
Every time I show somebody how they can talk to ChatGPT, like literally hit the 3 lines button and talk to it. They're like, what? Yeah, pick your voice, talk to it. Like, and so I do it all the time in front of them when I show them, and they're like, "Oh my god!" You can ask them anything, and it'll spit it out.
Yeah.
So
and you guys, I'm not kidding. So I talked to ChatGPT too, and when I was talking with Chat one day, because one of my clients said, "Well, Chat told me I should do an FHA loan," and I was like, "Well, you have 25% down and an 800 credit score. I don't understand." They're like, "Well, Chat said FHA loans have lower interest rates." So immediately I got off. And I put in all the information that I had sent the client, and it told the client, go shop around for a different interest rate and find a lender who will give you an FHA loan.
Mark's asking, what's the difference between this and Mortgage Coach?
The difference is that, and I love Mortgage Coach, that I think it's an amazing tool for visualization, but your client can't go in and edit all the information themselves. So they're still calling you every single time that they need something changed. And the realtor can't do anything with it either. So the point of this is really to save time.
Yeah.
I know Kristen Dale, my business partner in this, she still uses Mortgage Coach with this side by side, and she'll show the visuals of it, but then she gives this to the client to empower them to figure out the numbers. And so now on an evening or a weekend, really the only phone call I'm getting is a text being like, hey, can you call the listing agent? We just sent over the offer.
Nice. Easy.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool. Any questions for Allison? This is amazing. So you're finding that this, because I know that a couple of my friends, like when I'm with them, they're just nonstop, not like, oh my God, what are you guys talking about? You know?
Well, and this is what happens on a weekend. The client reaches out at 9 a.m. They're like, hey, we're looking at this house today. Can you run me these 3 scenarios? Of course, I'm happy to. Then we run them the 3 scenarios. Then the realtor reaches out and says, hey, I'm showing them this house at noon today. It's already in 15 multiple offers. They're going to have to write 50K over. Can you show them these other 3 scenarios? You're like, okay, great. And then the realtor emails and goes, oh, I just realized I don't have the pre-approval letter. Can you send me that too? And then they send the offer, and then we're calling the listing agent. 3 of those steps can be eliminated by offer ready.
Yeah.
So that we're really being called into play when the time is right on strategy or helping them win the offer.
I see this the biggest time. I call it time vampire. This is the biggest time vampire because it's one thing to create an amazing experience, but then once they're in and you have that relationship, now it's just like nonstop. So this probably reduces some of the calls. Do you still do update calls on a weekly basis just to check in, or like how do you do that?
Oh yeah. So on our pre-approvals, we are rotating call, text, email, depending on how long they're out. Like if it's a year out, we're not calling them every week. That's crazy. Yeah. And then in here, if someone logs in and is playing with numbers and we haven't pre-approved them in the last week, we're immediately reaching out and saying, hey, and I tell them at pre-approval, I can see if you log in. That eliminates like all of the weirdness of like, well, I can see they log in, but what should I say?
Right.
I say, I can see you log in. I have it built that way so that if you're logging in and you're playing with numbers, it triggers me to say, hey, do you need anything refreshed? You know, do you have any questions as in your income or your assets changed? Anything like that.
What do your agents feel like? Are your agents accepting of this or like it, love it?
They're obsessed with it.
Yeah.
We're actually running ads in my market. You guys call all of your agents and ask them how annoying it is to them that once the client finally finds a house and they've traipsed around with them all weekend, every weekend, write an offer. Now they're busy too. They have lives too. And they finally sit down and write the offer and they're like, shit, I don't have the pre-approval letter.
Yeah.
Where is that?
Yeah.
Now they're calling you and you're like, sorry, I'm at the grocery store.
Right.
I can send it to you in a couple hours. They're like, but Best and Finals do at 5. It just slows the whole process down. No one wants that.
Instant stress.
They want immediate access to the pre-approval letter and they want immediate access to the notes that you gave them.
Love it. Is this Mike, what you got, bud?
So Allison, if someone's in playing with numbers, it notifies you that they are?
Yes.
Is it notify you by email or text message or both?
By email.
Okay.
Beautiful. That's a beautiful thing to know.
For me,
yeah.
I leave it in my inbox. I have a team that helps manage stuff. And so if it's my team's like is checking in on pre-approvals, then they just move that email to their inbox and it's like their little to-do list items to reach out to them.
And Allison, where is just because I know you're an amazing producer, where's your business coming from? Like what's your game plan for this year? Like what's the
all realtor business?
All realtor business. Okay. Past database too, of course, because you're staying tight with them.
Yep. So it's all realtor business. I mean, we get some stuff from financial advisors and past clients and stuff like that, but most of it is realtor business. I'm younger in the business. I don't have like a lot of my past clients have closed in the last 2 years. They're really not moving yet, especially in this market. And so it is mostly purchase realtor business. For March, we closed 29 units for like 11 million. And really fun. I just looked at my little branch here in Minnesota and we've closed 216 units year to date.
Already.
And what's cool to me is my whole team is on offer ready. My whole team are parents. They're not miserable, right?
Yeah,
they're taking spring breaks.
Yeah.
They're hanging out with their kids. They're posting at dance recitals and soccer games and doing all of those things. And on family vacations, this business should be coming with us. It shouldn't be taking over our lives.
And
at some point we made a shift in this industry where it went from, it was cool to be on the golf course 3 days a week and have a good paycheck to all of a sudden this business consumed me.
And so like full transparency, you haven't been in the business forever. How long have you been in?
I think this will be my 10th year.
Yeah. When did it, when was it like, cause you were successful right off the bat. I mean, like very, very, very quickly. 11
Yeah, I
million. Was that
think
your best month ever?
that was not my best month ever.
Okay. Okay.
We had a really good September. It was October or September of last year was good too.
What was it?
I think we hit like 14.6 or something.
Just
volume.
14. Every 14.6 helps, right?
Yeah, yeah. But this is our biggest Q1 that we've had. I mean, I'm really active in the market. Like at the beginning of the year, I created myself a challenge that I wanted to meet with 100 new people, referral partners or loan officer prospects, or like someone who's going to move the business development forward, not a client, by May 1st.
100 by
And
May.
we'll have
Okay.
that done within the next 2 weeks.
Wow. Okay. And is that
you guys,
virtual
I'm
or
literally
in person?
like running ads for realtors on Facebook and Instagram talking about, I know you love your lender, but are you so sick of having to call them every single time you need a pre-approval letter? Is it costing you deals? Blah, 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 blah. And they're booking with me to see this. And then I show them it for like 30 seconds. And I'm like, so tell me about your business. Crazy. And then I just go into my standard realtor appointment question. And I'm doing them all on Zoom at this point too. I'm not going.
No coffees.
No coffees.
You guys hearing this? I mean, I think we struggle with the in-person, we struggle with the virtual, and we're not getting the same emotion, but you're addressing a problem, or you're giving a solution to a problem.
So I think this is where people in our business, I don't know how much time I have, but I think this is where people in our business make a mistake. The first meeting, they try to take someone to coffee or lunch or whatever, and they try and become best friends with them. And then they try and business sell to them. And that feels weird because now you just try to tell me that we're just going to be friends. I do it the opposite. We're going to have a business meeting out the jump. And then if I like you and I can tell we think the same and we click and you're sending me business, now I also want to be friends. But I really want to be friends. If you're in my circle, you're in my circle. We're really going to be friends. And then I'm inviting you to things. And I'm keeping in touch with you, and I'm calling you and asking you how you are because I actually do like you and care and want to know how you are. Not because I've showed up to a coffee and faked we were going to be friends, and now I'm checking it off my list that I have to call you.
Huge difference. What's your number on, like, and this is probably a bad question, but I want to ask it. What's your number on like this many agents will help me hit this goal, which are going to be not only business partners, but a relationship? What's that?
So right now I'm batting like about 35 to 40% if I meet with a new agent that they'll send me a lead within the first 30 days. Okay. That's really high though.
Yeah.
It used to be 15 to 20% of agents would send me a lead. I got really good at my meeting and really not scared to ask for business.
Was that the biggest aha moment when you start asking?
And I got really good at figuring out, I spend every Friday figuring out what the problem in my business is. And so if I can like see into their business and go, this is where you sound like you're stuck with your lender partner. And you can find the hole, fill it. And if you just do that at every single meeting, instead of throwing up about them, so many loan officers are like, I just talked to everyone about my physician product or this. I'm like, do you realize some of these realtors have never even seen a doctor in the last 5 years, let alone have a doctor who's going to call them to purchase a house? Right. Like they're getting Zillow leads. That's not where doctors are. Like you need to talk about 0% down FHA loans and weird escrow things and how you're the best at calculating variable income. You have to figure out what their hole is and fill it.
I think I'll just, and Devin, you can chime in too, but I think the biggest nugget for me was go business, then relationship. That was a big nugget for me. And was that a huge flip of a switch for you?
Yeah. So I was the queen of hey girl selling. I would run all around town making best friends with everyone. I'd have more realtors in town show up to every event I had, and a lot of them were not sending me business. And then I had my son Sawyer, who we went through quite a fertility journey to get. And when he was like, 5 minutes old and I'm going to leave him with a nanny to go build this business, I was like, I'm showing up big and I'm asking for business, or I'm not coming to this meeting. Like, I'm not having someone else get to cuddle my baby during the day for me to show up and pretend like we're friends. That's just disingenuous. And as soon as I kind of accepted how disingenuous it was that I was running around town pretending to be friends, and like, we've all been told to like be the chameleon. Oh, I'm best at being the chameleon. I can get anyone to like me. That's kind of gross, really. Like, it's just really disingenuous. And as soon as I got over that in my head of like, they know I want to talk to them about business, just show up and
Mhm.
talk about business. It
Mhm.
just changed the game for me.
Somebody's asking, are you talking to qualified agents or any agent?
If I do go to coffee with someone, they have to be a qualified agent. This year, because we're doing these online bookings where realtors can just book, not all of them are qualified.
Okay.
That it depends on your market. Sometimes you can have an unqualified agent and they get one deal and they'll send it to you.
Yep.
Sometimes you can have unqualified agents who get licensed in your market and they never sell a home, and that was a waste of time. It just kind of depends on your calendar and what you have bandwidth for.
Yeah.
I have been meeting with some unqualified agents, but now moving into spring, summer, time gets more limited. Kids are off school, things like that. And so now I'll only meet with people who've done more than 5 buy-side transactions.
And then, is there any way you could send me what your ad looks like? Send me a copy of it when you get a chance.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
cool. Okay. Or if I see
Absolutely.
it, or if is it one of your videos? Because I see your stuff all the time.
Yes, there's lots. So I'm running 3 different ads. This is going to throw people for a total loop. We have one, you can go check it out. It's called AllisonLarson.ai. Anyone can make an account for it. It's a free realtor AI resource hub for agents. And there's free virtual listing photos in there.
Okay.
And so agents love that ad and book on that. We also have something called the Realtor Lighthouse, which is a session they can go through where they ask 10 questions. And then it helps them clarify and pulls a totally planned out blueprint of their business, their elevator pitch, all of these things off of their real value proposition, and trying to explain to realtors, just like my value prop isn't sending loan summaries, your value prop isn't being on call 24/7 and just being the most available. Your value prop is your negotiations, is your contract writing ability, is your knowledge of the marketplace, it's your connections, it's all of that, right? And then the third is the instant pre-approval letters and a realtor getting to control their own destiny, essentially.
So I'm trying to take notes as fast as you say it. I'm
I know.
like, no.
I vote for
I'm
having
glad I got it
Allison
recorded.
back to tell us all about what you just said.
Those 3 things.
Fascinating.
Those
And
3
hi,
things.
Allison.
Hi. I think that, first of all, I think a lot of people on Instagram and social media and stuff are posting trying to win the consumer game. You have to have a lot of money to win the direct-to-consumer game and be really freaking good at social media. I do not have enough money to beat Rocket Mortgage at direct consumer Instagram, right? What I do have is the ability to attract realtors because we're speaking the same language, and that's a micro audience. And so if there was one tip I was going to give someone on here, it would be flip, and everything you're communicating, you just want to attract realtors. I do not cold call agents. They book from ads or social DMs. They follow me because they probably clicked on an ad, then they followed me. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, hey girl, I love your page. We should connect. You free for Zoom? That's it.
Crazy good stuff. Unbelievable. I'd love to have you back, talk about those 3 things. I agree with Kim.
Allison, it's always pure gold.
Yeah.
You're amazing.
Yeah.
Oh my
so
gosh,
amazing.
you're the best.
Yeah.
All right. Allison, thank you so much. As always, appreciate you more than you'll ever know.
I was going through my screens to find Kim. Hi, Kim.
Hi.
So thank you.
This is where the magic is, you guys, too. Like Kim and I met in a coaching group years ago. Actually, Kristen Dale was in it with us as well.
Yeah.
That's where we met. Now, this is years later. I've created this stuff. But sometimes it's just finding someone who's doing something, and you just get one little thing and you implement that one thing they said that sounds like something you would say, or take their way of showing the idea and apply it to your business. So many people are running around listening to people on stage and coaches trying to copy everything that they're doing, and then they get lost in the shuffle. You don't have to copy everything. Take one good idea that you can apply to yourself and run with it, and just stay true to it.
Hey, Allison, I'd love to introduce you to Phil, who's on the call right now. We're going to be doing a show next Thursday. The guy's like I'm just going to say it, Phil. Please forgive me, but he's a special kind of stupid in a good way. Like he's just like, he's so smart that it's just like, God dang, dude, come on, man, back off. But he's going to show some stuff on Google that's going to blow your mind. He did a test on my website last night. And again, Devin made me feel like a dumbass. And like, Jesus, like, have I even been on Earth? So like, I'm like, do I live under a rock? Like, dude, you're showing all my bad stuff, you know?
I love it.
So yeah,
good to be
like
exposed though, Scott, right?
It's good to be exposed. Heck yeah.
right?
So Allison, once
we
we
get better.
Yeah, so once we get down the road, I'll show you. We're going to do a step by step, day by day, week by week, month by month of what's happening and how we're doing it, and why we're doing it. And you're
Sweet.
essentially you're hyper local. So I'll show you how you might be able to take that and just take that to another level organically.
Yeah, I
So,
love it. I love it.
I'll let you know.
If anyone is interested in checking out OfferReady, you can Instagram me at my OfferReady or Allison Larson Loans. We have some free demo links if anyone wants to just like get in there and play around with it for 7 days.
Okay.
They're more than welcome to do so. I'm like I have to touch it and feel it first and decide on my own that I like it because I'm an annoying millennial like that. And so if anyone would like a 7-day demo code or whatever, just DM me and I will send you one over.
Okay. So just Facebook, LinkedIn, wherever, or where's the
Facebook,
best place?
LinkedIn,
Okay.
Instagram, whatever.
Okay. Cool. Awesome. Again, Allison, unbelievable. Thank you. Congratulations on all your amazing success. I know it's going to be, I'd love to have you back, talk about those 3 things you're doing, because that's a huge thing. So thank you.
anytime.
All right, guys.
Thanks,
Devin.
guys.
Thank you, Allison. Devin, what you got, baby?
Thanks, Allison.
Man, what a great day today. Allison Larson back on the show, just dropping knowledge every single time. Thank you so much for showing up. Hey, thanks to all of you guys for coming here every